Oh, Merry Christmas. Grandma's got her borrowed Papa's hat so I could tell you a Christmas story. And the Christmas story I'm going to tell you today is one that used to be at our house. And this is one that was really special because when I was a girl, my mom and dad and my sisters, we would act out this story. I don't know if we did it more than 1 year, maybe 2 years, but it was a story that was special in my house because it had a memory of us doing a play together. Okay, Gemma, why don't you sit right here and then you can see the pictures while I tell the story. Can you say hi? Hi. Hi to Lucy and Laura and Janae. Are those your cousins, huh? Okay, you sit down right there, okay? So that you can see the story while I'm reading it, okay? Okay. The Elves and the Shoemaker. There once lived a shoemaker who gave away shoes to poor children. See, that's his shoes. He gave away so many shoes that soon he only had enough leather for one more pair of shoes. And before he went to bed, he cut out the shoes and he would sew them in the morning. Okay, he's only got leather for one more pair of shoes. And so he's tired and he went to bed and he's got them all ready to sew in the morning. But when he woke up, the shoes were sewn. Somebody had already sewn the shoes. He couldn't figure it out. It was magic. A gentleman bought the shoes and he paid the shoemaker enough money to buy leather to make 2 more pairs of shoes. Look at that. Look, he was quite the sewer. Then that night the shoemaker cut out the leather for 2 more pairs of shoes, and he went to bed. But in the morning he woke up and somebody had made the shoes. It happened again. From then on, the shoes the shoemaker cut out before bedtime were finished the next morning. Somebody was helping him so much, and he couldn't figure out who, but he was really happy about it. One night before Christmas, the shoemaker and his wife decided to wait up and see if they could catch who was making the shoes. So they hid behind the coats hanging in the corner and watched to see who was coming to sew the shoes. At the stroke of midnight, they saw 2 elves dressed in rags come in and start sewing the shoes. See their little pointy ears? They're elves. Yeah. And they sewed them, and they did such a great job. The next morning, the shoemaker's wife said, "We should repay the elves for all they've done for us, and I will make them new clothes, and you can sew them little shoes." Do you sometimes want to do something nice when somebody does something for you? I know that's how I feel. That night, the shoemaker and his wife left their gifts on the table. They also made cookies and had special Christmas punch, and they set them out to wait for the elves. The elves were so happy to get the gifts. They danced and they sang and they hopped around in their new clothes, and they were so happy that they danced right out of the door. The shoemaker never saw the elves again, but they lived happily ever after because they'd helped them so much. Isn't that a fun one? It's a story about helping people. At Christmas time, that's one of the things that we always tried to do with our kids, was to do something to help each other. What did you think of that story, Miss Gemma? Do you like it? Did you like the story? Huh?
Yeah.
Can you say Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas.